There's no way in hell, no way in hell, any woman on this planet is braver than me. No way in hell. There's no way in hell a woman is braver than a man. There's no way in hell a woman has more courage than a man. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell that a woman has more bravery and more courage and more fearlessness than me. No way in hell. Now, a woman might take brave and courageous actions, but the feelings and the emotion that she's feeling and struggling with while she's doing those actions is going to be way more intense than any fear that I would feel during my struggle, during those same actions or even more significant actions. There's no way in hell a woman has more bravery than me, has more conviction and certainty than me, has more confidence than me, has more fearlessness than me, and this is why I am superior to a woman. There are answers for everything. If you look hard enough, or if you wait long enough, there's answers for everything. There's answers for everything. Sometimes people do things and we ask why, because the things that they do don't make sense from the outside looking in. You know, when a woman, well, not just really any woman, your woman stonewalls you, kind of blocks you, puts walls up every time you have an opportunity to work on your relationship and create a bond that's stronger than before and to connect with each other. Every time there's an opportunity to be vulnerable and connect and be intimate, but in a way that's constructive and in a way that might be uncomfortable initially, she shuts down, stonewalls, pushes you away, shuts down. And then you feel crazy because it's like, well, wait a minute, I'm doing this, I'm approaching this in a loving way. I'm trying to love you more. That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to create more love with this. I'm trying to build. I'm building here. I'm loving you by doing this. But she's shutting down because she's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for her to be loved because she's been through so much shit in love. In the past, she's broken. She's been through too much. And this temporary discomfort that she has to go through, she would have went through willingly in the past. But now, because she's been through so much shit in the past, the person that she was in the past is not who she is today. She is at her threshold. So anytime there's an opportunity to improve the relationship and there's something uncomfortable about that, maybe you have to criticize her or correct her or show her how to love you better, then she shuts down and pushes that away. Even though she's supposed to be embracing it, she pushes it away, because if she did do the work to be more intimate with you, if she did do the work, if she did agree to cooperate and engage with you in a mutually beneficial relationship where you guys were working on each other, if she agreed to that, she would be forced to bond more emotionally to you. And with that bond comes a risk of maybe you walking out of her life one day and leaving her heartbroken. So women who have been through shit refuse to build for the future with men that they meet in the future because they don't want to run the risk of being hurt again. So they run away from the work. They run away from the work required to actually have a successful relationship, because the fear of losing in love and losing you outweighs, and the pain associated with that fear, the potential pain that could happen and the danger, it outweighs the pleasure and what the lovey-dovey stuff and what could be had in her mind, even though it doesn't actually outweigh that. The reality is you rather play it safe and stay the same and shut down and run away than grow. So anybody that stonewalls you in a relationship is refusing to grow. And they'll have you thinking that you're the fucking problem when it's really their problem. It's really all about them. It's all about their fear. It's all about their cowardice. It's all about their fear and them being a fucking coward and refusing to grow with you and refusing to connect with you and bond and be molded and shaped by you, by the man. They're refusing to do this because if they commit to this process, then they have to commit to you. And with that commitment comes a risk of the heart. And they don't fully trust themselves to do that, because why would a woman trust herself to love a man if she's already been heartbroken twice by other men, let down so many times in life and broken? On top of that, daddy issues. You know, why would a woman build with you in the future? And this is why everyone's talking about date young woman only. Don't date a woman over the age of 25, because women over the age of 25 have had too many sexual partners to count, abortions, too much baggage, and they've compromised their ability to be a completely submissive team player to you. So all the dreams that these chicks have about, you know, living in a fucking castle like a princess and having a man, an alpha male, these women ain't even equipped to receive an alpha male after the age of 25, with all the fucking baggage you're taking on, all the men that have been inside of them, compromising their ability to submit to you and follow your leadership, because a woman naturally blames the man in her life for everything that other men in the past have done to her. So you're her problem. She is your problem. She is your problem. All the problems that she has, it's all your responsibility now, because she's looking to you to lead. And that's what it is. So this is the reason why you have all this stuff in the manosphere about don't date a woman over the age of 25, or beware of women over the age of 30. Beware of single women over the age of 30. These women are fucked up and bruised and scarred, and we can't fix them. There's no fixing them. There's just putting up with them and fucking suffering. And who the fuck wants to do that? Like, suffering, do you know what that fucking feels like? Suffering feels like you have so much to love and so much to give and so much to pour into a person, but they're refusing your gift even though they want your gift. They're refusing their gift, and they're hurting you because they're not allowing you to give, and they're hurting themselves because they're not allowing themselves to receive. Because if they receive, they become bonded, and if they become bonded, they become attached, and they become emotionally invested. And the more emotionally invested they become, the more they run the risk in their minds of being hurt, and they don't want to be emotionally hurt again. So rather than build with you, they'll take out all their pain on you, shut down on you, refuse to grow, not willing to go through the uncomfortableness of building with you and being vulnerable so that you can have a stronger future. They don't want to do all of that because they're just broken and fucking scarred. And, you know, I'm not saying that it's impossible for women in their 30s and older women to, you know, to build with, but it's tough if these women have had all these baggage, you know, happen to them. So the best woman to build with are women that have no more than 4 sexual partners. You know, they're healthy, they're clean, they eat healthy, they read, and they're trainable, they're coachable, and they just want one man to commit to and serve and follow and admire. And outside of that, it is what it is. You know, most women are going to be single and unhappy for the rest of their lives because they have too much baggage. And yeah, they may look pretty, but fuck looking pretty. I mean, you fucked up. You ugly on the inside because so much has happened to you, and you won't even let a motherfucker come in and help you heal. You just rather hold on to your current position because it's safe. You don't want to grow. And that's just what it is. You know, we as men here on this planet, we're dealing with spiritual beings. And so that's what they are. You know, a woman is a child with breasts, and they're scared. And that's just why a woman will never have more courage, more bravery than a man. This is why men will always be superior, and this is why we're held to a higher standard. This is why there's so much favor given to women and slaps on the wrist and all of this. This is why women take half your money when they divorce you via the marriage system, because women are just given an easier time, because men are held to a higher standard, because we are the superior beings on earth. So that's what it is. You know, we navigate this motherfucker. So that's what it is. But anyways, y'all know what the fuck it is. I wish things were different, but they're not. So I gotta deal with things as they are. I wish a woman, you know, in particular, was different, but she's not. I wish she would open up. I wish she wouldn't shut down on me. I wish she would build with me. I wish I didn't take, you know, because when you are continuously being shut down on, you're continuously, when someone is continually shutting down on you, you start to be like, well, wait a minute, what can I do to make this not happen? What am I doing to cause this to happen? And then you start feeling like you're the one to blame for their unworthiness and their insecurity. And so what you do is you take on more responsibility for the relationship than what's required of you. As a man, I'm only supposed to be doing 20% of the relationship building. It's a woman's natural and divine role, natural to her design and her feminine energy, to build a relationship with a man. So she has to be doing the majority of the communicating, the majority of the following up with you, the majority of the inquiry, the majority of the communication, the texting, the calling, the bonding, the nurturing. She has to do 80% of that constantly on a continuous basis, and I only have to do 20%. But because of this weird fucking situation dealing with a broken woman, she's not functioning properly because she's fucking broken. And so I have to make up for her lack because of what she's not putting into the relationship. So I have to do more and go harder and do all this extra shit, and now I'm outside of my role. Now I'm operating outside of my role, and I'm taking on more feminine responsibilities, pushing her away even further and making me look like a fucking fool, because all I'm trying to do is save the relationship, because I believe the potential of it is going to be fucking great. But you fall in love with potential, you know what I'm saying? Potential ain't about shit. Both people have to be willing to show up and meet each other's needs and do their fucking part, and this bitch has not been doing her fucking part, and she never fucking will, and I give up on the bitch, and it feels good to give up on the bitch like that. Breathing in and breathing out in this motherfucker. Peace and prosperity.